Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be talking about seed saving. Seed saving is something that I personally have never done since this year. I didn't have a big enough garden to save seeds from previously. But this year I am making it a priority because seed shortages are very real right now. It has not only been very difficult for me to find all of my fall seeds, but I am anticipating it's going to be difficult to find spring seeds come next year. If it's not, no harm, no foul. I'll just have some extra seeds saved and maybe I won't have to spend as much money in the spring. If you have never saved seeds before, now is definitely the time to give it a shot because it takes minimal effort. You basically just let your garden do its thing and just neglect it until it dries out or over ripens, and that's when you're ready to save seeds. So why should you save seeds? Like I said, seed shortages are very real and happening right now. They could always happen. There's a potential for them to happen at any time. It is good for self-sustainability to have the skills. We don't know the future. I mean, I'm not a doom and gloom person. I'm not a prepper or anything like that, but I think it's important to have the skills to be able to grow your own food and self-sustain your own food, worst case scenario. The skills are good to have and they're good to teach your children. It's also very cost effective because you're ultimately just getting seeds from something you've already purchased so that you don't have to purchase more seeds in the future. So it's going to save you tons of money. I am very frugal and I love anything that can save me money. So now that I've covered the whys of seed saving, I'm going to talk about the how. I am going to be demonstrating that in the clips you're about to see, but I just want to cover a few things and a few terms so that you kind of have a good foundation. Each different type of plant has a different way of saving seeds. So with this, it's kind of trial and error. I'm not going to be able to show you how to collect seeds from every single variety of thing because I'm not growing every variety of thing, but the couple things to keep in mind is that when you're looking up how to save seeds, when you're looking up information, you may come across some mixed opinions. Some people believe that if you are growing a hybrid, which is usually a plant start that can be purchased at the grocery store or at like Lowe's or Home Depot, that it is not worth saving the seed because what you get might not actually be the same as the mother plant. And for those people, I just say there's no harm in experimenting and saving seeds from that plant and seeing what grows. It may not be exactly the same, but in my opinion, as long as it's edible, it's good. I'm in the mindset of gardening to grow food. I'm not in this to be a purist who wants only organic heirloom varieties. I am just in it to grow food for my family. So I don't mind saving seeds from hybrid varieties that potentially could be something that doesn't taste as good or isn't the same as what I grew the previous year. But on the other side of that, if you did grow a organic heirloom variety, definitely save seeds from that because you want to continue that plant's lifeline, especially if it's heirloom. Another thing to consider is that your plants may cross with other plants that are close by. So unless you are isolating a particular flower or growing a particular variety very, very far away from anything else, your plants could essentially cross-pollinate and you could get some kind of hybrid that you create yourself, and who knows, it could turn out and be amazing. You could create a new variety. The only reason that you would need to worry about creating hybrid varieties is if you are going to be sharing or selling the seeds you save. So if you're going to be sharing them with someone else, just make sure you let them know that it's a potential hybrid. It could turn out to be something you don't know, and it could turn out to taste a little different than what they're expecting. I encourage you to just give it a try. Without further ado, let's get into my clips of me showing you how to save seeds. So this is my radish plant. As you can see, there are still green ones. I do have a couple other radishes I left in the ground so they can get fully dried, but I just wanted to pull this one to show you the difference between one that isn't dried out and one that is. And you can actually see the little seed in this pod. So I'm going to take this one off first. And I just keep a plate nearby. You can see I've got 4 seeds on here already. And these should be really easy to break open if they're nice and dried. And you can see those are the little seeds. And then I'm going to leave these inside for a couple of days just to make sure they're fully dried out, and put them up in a little baggie, label them what they are, and you might want to label them that they potentially could be cross-pollinated, just so you know. That's a good one. We got 3 nice, 4 actually in that one. So up next we have Calendula. Calendula is by far the easiest thing to save seeds from, because you just wait until the flower heads die, and that is where the seeds are. So this is what calendula seeds look like. And they're just on these flower heads. When they're nicely curled up, you can pick them green, but I prefer to let them dry out on the plant. So I just found a couple more. I just looked around the bottom of the plant because they fell off. And this is why plants regrow. Maybe you didn't plant them again, but they regrow. It's because they drop their seeds in the soil beneath them, because that's a plant's whole goal, is to drop their seeds so that they can regrow. Holy basil is another one that is really easy to save seeds from. The seeds are all in these little flower stems right here. After the flowers, you can see there's 2 purple flowers. After the flowers die off, there will be little seed pods all in here. So this is some holy basil that I dried out. So if I take this flower stem and I start to run my fingers along it, kind of gently. But the thing that we are looking for are these little black seeds. So these are holy basil seeds, and that is really all you have to do to get seeds from holy basil. And you kind of have to separate the plant material out, but it's super easy because the plant material is a lot lighter, and it takes a little bit of time, but on a plate it's super easy to do. And then you can take these little seeds, gather them up, and save them for next year. So when it comes to saving seeds from things that are fruits, or things where the seeds are covered in a gel coating, the best way to save seeds from those types of things is to let them fully ripen on the vine until they are kind of overripe. So I'm going to be demonstrating with a cucumber today. The cucumber I have is right here, and you might be saying that does not really look like a cucumber anymore, and you would be correct. It is pretty orange and it's very big. This is way past the point you would want to eat it, because there's going to be tons and tons of seeds inside this cucumber. So if you were to cut open this cucumber, you would get what looks like this amount of seeds. So all you have to do is slice your cucumber in half. Doesn't matter which way you do it. Scoop out the seeds with a spoon into a jar, and then give them a little bit of rinse and drain the water out. Then fill your jar with water to fully cover your seeds. Leave that jar uncovered on your counter for about 5 days. This will allow the gel coating to come off of your seeds because you can't store them with that gel coating because you need your seeds to be fully dried out. So once you have let your seeds sit in a jar of water for about 5 to 7 days, you're going to want to strain them and kind of rub all of the remaining gel coating off. Rinse them off really well, and then lay them out on a towel like this to dry. You want to make sure they're fully dry, so give them a couple of days. So things like tomato seeds as well would be the same exact process. But that is how you save seeds of different varieties. There are even more varieties and more ways to explain how to save seeds, but this is kind of a beginner's crash course on the simplest saving seed methods. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and get out there and try to save some seeds for yourself. It's really not that hard, and it's gonna save you a lot of money come springtime when you have your seeds already and you don't even have to order them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are trying to reach 2,000 subscribers on this channel and we're very close. I'll see you guys in my next video. Hope you have a wonderful day.